let's all stand. There's a new name written down in glory, song number 290. Let's sing it out on that first. I was once a sinner, but I came pardon to receive from my Lord. This was freely given, and I found that He always kept His word. There's a new name written down in glory, and it's mine. Oh yes, it's mine. And the white-robed angels sing the story. A sinner has come home, for there's a new name written down in glory, and it's mine. Oh yes, it's mine. With my sins forgiven, I am bound for heaven, never more to roam. I was humbly kneeling at the cross, fearing not but God's angry frown. When the heavens opened and I saw that my name was written down, there's a new name written down in glory, and it's mine. Oh yes, it's mine. And the white-robed angels sing the story. A sinner has come home, for there's a new name written down in glory, and it's mine. Oh yes, it's mine. With my sins forgiven, I am bound for heaven, never more to roam. In the book 'tis written, saved by grace. Oh, the joy that came to my soul. Now I am forgiven, and I know by the blood I am made whole. There's a new name written down in glory, and it's mine. Oh yes, it's mine. And the white-robed angels sing the story. A sinner has come home, for there's a new name written down in glory, and it's mine. Oh yes, it's mine. With my sins forgiven, I am bound for heaven, never more to roam. Great singing. You may be seated. I love that song. That is so good. Welcome to Bellevue Baptist Church. It's great to have you here this morning. Upcoming announcements. So if you have the app, the Bellevue Baptist Church app, there is an events tab, and it has all of our upcoming events just listed on there with dates and everything. So we have the Heritage Picnic. So we have our church, which we're 7 years old now? We're 7. We've been here for 7 years. And then the church we came out of in Sammamish, Foundation Baptist Church, they're 17 years old. And then you have the church they came out of, Wooden Valley Baptist Church in Bothell, which is 40 years old. And so we're all, church started a church. We're all getting together to have the three churches meet at, what's the name of the park? It's on here. Let me pull it. My phone. It's not on here. It's not on here. There's the name of the park. I'll get to you. Heritage Park. No, that's the name of the event. It's the Heritage Picnic. Is it Marymore Park? Marymore Park. I feel like that's not right, though. Is it really Marymore Park? We'll get more details by next week. So that's June 29th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's going to be a great time to get together with fellow churches and celebrate together. That is on the 29th. Oh, I got rid of. Go back. That's the 29th of June, so real soon. And then you have on the 30th of June, last Sunday fellowship, we're going to have a potluck here. So after the morning service, we'll have food It's going to be great, so stay after on that day. That'll be wonderful. And then we'll have an afternoon service and no evening service on the 30th. And then July 8th is junior camp. So we're already into summer. School's over. This is crazy. Time is flying. So those are the upcoming announcements. If you need more details, see me or Pastor or anybody, and you could ask, and we'll tell you more about it. And I'll get more details on the Heritage Picnic by next week. I'll tell you. But yeah, let's open up in a word of prayer and get into the service this morning. Dear Lord, thank you so much for all that you've done, Lord. Thank you for your providence. Thank you for your blessings that you shower on us, Lord. But whether we get showered with blessings or not, Lord, you paid for our sins. And that is what we just sang about, Lord. We're so grateful to you for what you've done for us, Lord, in dying on the cross and paying for my sin, Lord. I'm so undeserving and grateful for your sacrifice for me. And I thank you so much for that, Lord. I pray that we would all have our hearts and our minds in tune to hear from you this morning. And I pray that we would respond to whatever it is you're speaking to us about. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. All right, let's all stand again. When We See Christ, song number 674.
Soon
may be seated.
Well, good morning. And we're going to go ahead and get ready for our offering this morning. If you're a guest with us, there's no need for you to give. We're thankful for your attendance. For our members, we've got plates in the front and the back. And, of course, you can give via the app. So let's go ahead and ask the Lord to bless the offering. Lord, we thank you so much for just an opportunity to come and sing praises to you and to hear from your word and even to give. Lord, we thank you for the ways that you provide for us, and we pray that you would use this offering to just honor and glorify your name. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Let's all stand again. Song number 623, Hold the Fort. Sing it out, all four verses on that first. Oh, my comrades, see the signal waving in the sky. Reinforcements now appearing, victory is nigh. Hold the fort, for I am coming, Jesus, signal still. Wave the answer back to heaven, by thy grace we will. See the mighty host advancing, Satan leading on. Mighty ones around us falling, courage almost gone. Hold the fort, for I am coming, Jesus, signal still. Wave the answer back to heaven, by thy grace we will. See the glorious banner waving, hear the trumpet blow. In our leader's name we triumph over every foe. Hold the fort, for I am coming, Jesus, signal still. Wave the answer back to heaven, by thy grace we will. Fierce and long the battle rages, but our help is near. Onward comes our great commander, cheer, my comrades, cheer. Hold the fort, for I am coming, Jesus, signal still. Wave the answer back to heaven, by thy grace we will. Great singing. One more song. Song number 505, Have Thine Own Way. And this is a great song. Amen. You may be seated.
Man, we're going to go ahead and get ready for our worship time this morning. If you're a guest with us, worship time is simply a time where we have the piano play and we afford you the opportunity to worship the Lord for who He is. He is a great creator God, the one and only true living God, and He is worthy of our worship. You can do that at your seat. You can do that at the altar. I'll come conclude us in prayer, and then we'll get into the message this morning. we thank you for the opportunity to just come before you and worship you for who you are. Lord, you've blessed us significantly, but you are worthy of worship not because of your blessings, but because you are the only true God. You are sovereign, the sovereign King. You are the creator, and we are the created. And Lord, we just acknowledge that reality today. We bow before you because you are not just a better version of us. You are completely different. You are holy and righteous and perfect and loving and all of those things at the same time, Lord. And although you created us in your image, we are sinners, and we even fall short of the way that you created us, Lord. But so grateful that we can come and worship you and have a relationship with you. I pray today, Lord, that you would be exalted in our worship, and that Lord, the world would see that at least we believe that you are true and holy and righteous. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Grab your Bibles. Open up to Psalms, if you would. It is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. And okay, so people of Bellevue Baptist Church know I generally preach expositorily through a book. Right now we're going through Acts in the worship hour, and I'm not great at deviating on special days. But today we're going to try and have a Father's Day message. So if you're at 103, Psalm 103, verse 13 is where we're going to be. And if you are willing and able, you'd stand just for the honor of reading God's Word. We're just going to read verse 13, and we're going to get into that a little bit later. But it says, like as a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear him. Like as a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear him. Let's pray, because I need it, and then we'll get into the message this morning. Lord, we thank you so much. I pray that you would that your word would have free course in our hearts, that you would help me to deliver the message, that it would be appropriate and usable to you, Lord. We thank you and ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you. You may be seated. So, it's Father's Day, and I had to be reminded by my wife, because I'm not good with holidays, and studying Acts, and I was reminded, and I thought, no, surely it's like next week or something. It is Father's Day, and so then I was thinking, I probably should have a Father's Day message. And but this is why I like expository preaching, because you don't have to come up with a message. You just look and say, what's the next text, right? What does God have for us? And so I was racking my brain on what text would be good for a Father's Day message, and then it hit me. And I thought, and I had the perfect text. And the message just kind of came and it outlined in my mind. Of course, while I'm in the shower, you do your best thinking in the shower, right? Yeah. And then I get to my computer and I think, this is going to be good. And I look and it's the exact same message I preached last year. So we had to go with something different. Sorry, last year was better. I don't know. But that's actually true. So we're going to look at Father's Day. It's going to be a little bit different this morning. But we gave some facts on Mother's Day about the day itself. We'll do the same. And these are different facts than last year, by the way. So some facts about Father's Day. Father's Day has significant economic importance, of course, because that's how we measure holidays, with consumers spending billions on gifts for fathers. Of course, including electronics, clothing, ties, right, and tools. And it's considered one of the major holiday retailers, and maybe you would know this from the junk email that you've received, trying to sell you things. But here's maybe something you didn't know. Roses are the official flowers for Father's Day. Yeah. Who knew? Now, Who makes the official flag? I don't know. But wearing a red rose supposedly symbolizes a living father, while white rose honors a deceased father. Learn something new. Here's an interesting fact. The record for the most children fathered by one man is held by Fyodor Vasilyev, a peasant from Shuya, Russia, who lived in the 18th century. He fathered a total of 82 children with his first and then second wife. 82. Wow. The record for the longest hug is held by Ron O'Neill and Teresa Kerr from Canada, who hugged for 24 hours and 33 minutes on June 13th through 14th, 2010, to celebrate Father's Day. Who does this stuff? Like, you wonder, right? And although, right, Father's Day is a significant economic consumer event, sorry, dads, it pales in comparison to Mother's Day. So Father's Day, we spend about $22.9 billion. In Mother's Day, 35.7. So moms went out, sorry. And so we want to look today, just what are some of the characteristics of a good father? What are some of the characteristics? Maybe because you are one, a father. If you are, happy Father's Day. Maybe because you will be one, maybe soon or someday, or maybe because you know one. But today it's for dads. But here's a hint. There will be application for more than just dads. Tune out. Now, we know God is pictured as a father in Scripture. You know, God is a triune God, which means that He is one, but there are three distinct persons in this one Godhead. We know these three persons to be God the Father, right? God the Son, which is Jesus, and God the Holy Spirit. 1 John 5:7, right? For there are three that bear record in heaven: the Father, which is Jesus, and God the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Ghost. And these three are one. Finish out the reference. Matthew 28:19. We see the Great Commission. Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost. 2 Corinthians 13:14. The grace of the Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the communion of the Holy Ghost be with you all. Amen. We see all three people of the Godhead there in one. And of course, in John chapter 10, verse 30, as Jesus says, I and my Father are one. And He's not speaking metaphorically there. So we serve a triune God who is one, but now these three persons are co-equal, but the Son and the Spirit have subordinated themselves under the Father. John 5:19, then answered Jesus and said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he seeth the Father do. For what things soever he doeth, these also doeth the Son likewise. It's not that Jesus is somehow less God, but he has subordinated himself under the Father. 1 Corinthians 11:3, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. And of course, that is God the Father. Philippians 2:5-8. Paul says, let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, who, being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God. He's equal, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, who was made in the likeness of men, and being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross. So the three persons of the Godhead and that the others are subordinated under, we call God the Father. In one aspect, He is a Father in that He is a creator, but to be clear, so is the Son and so is the Spirit. I think the reason that Scripture calls Him God the Father is so that we can better relate to Him using a context that we understand. Fatherhood. See, we don't have a God that is, like the deists believe, where somehow God made creation and then kind of stepped away and said, have fun, deal with it. No. We have a God that is intimately tied to His creation and desires to commune with His creation. Because through faith in Christ and the work of His Spirit, we are made sons of God and adopted into His family. That we would be in intimate relationship with God, like we are with an earthly father. That we have an inheritance of the Father's possession, which is in this case is eternal life, and that we would have closeness to God. Romans 8:15-17 says, "For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. This Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God, and if children, then heirs, heirs of God, and joint heirs with Christ. If so be that we suffer with Him, that we may also be glorified together." We get to be adopted into God the Father's family through our faith in Jesus Christ, through our faith in the Son. Galatians 4:4-7 says, "But when the fullness of the time was come, God sent forth His Son, made of a woman, made under the law, to redeem them, to buy back them that were under the law, that we might receive of sons. And because ye are sons, God hath sent forth the Spirit of His Son into your hearts, crying, Abba, Father. Wherefore thou art no more a servant, but a son, and if a son, then an heir of God through Christ." Colossians 1:12 says, "Giving thanks unto the Father, which hath made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light." So if you're saved today, if you've placed your faith in Jesus Christ to save you from your sin, you acknowledge you're a sinner and that there's no way that you could pay for your sin yourself, you have God as your heavenly Father. That's so awesome. You're adopted, you have an inheritance, but maybe most importantly, there's an intimate closeness that you can have with God. So we can learn more about God because of His relationship of father to His children, certainly. But we can also kind of flip that around and learn something about fatherhood from the character of God the Father. And that's what we're going to do today. And we could spend all day looking at the character of God, right? And not all of God's characteristics are transferable to humans. No matter how hard you try, you are not going to be able to be omniscient, right? That's not going to be able to work up to that one. Not going to be able to be omnipresent, right? But there are some characteristics, because we are created in His image, that we can have, especially through the empowerment of His Spirit. So today we're not going to exhaust fatherhood through the characteristics of God. I don't even think that's possible. But we will look at 4 attributes of fatherhood as displayed by the character of God that I think tend to be missed by really sometimes both the secular world and many times even those within churches. And the first is based off of the scripture we read, Psalm 103, verse 13. "Like as a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear Him." Now, here in this psalm, the Lord's character is equated directly with a characteristic of a father. We need to do some word definition here, though, because pitieth doesn't mean sorrow for the misfortune of another, which is often how we use the word to pity. No, it actually means to love or show compassion, to have compassion upon. And that makes sense with respect to God the Father, doesn't it? I mean, if you think about God and compassion, Jonah 4:2. Jonah, the prophet that is told to go and preach judgment to Nineveh, but he's upset, and this is why he's upset. Jonah 4:2. "And he prayed unto the Lord and said, I pray thee, O Lord, was not this my saying when I was yet in my country?" Why he didn't want to go. "Therefore I fled before unto Tarshish, for I knew that thou art a gracious God, and merciful, and slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repentest thee of the evil." You know what he said? I knew you were compassionate. I knew who you were, God, and I didn't want you to show compassion on those people, the Ninevites. That's what Jonah said. Great testimony, right? Matthew 9:36. Jesus, but when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. He saw them. He saw their need, and he was moved with compassion upon them. But this is supposed to not just be, not only is it a character of God, it's supposed to be the natural state of a father for his children. The natural state of a father for his children, that he would love them compassionately. Having compassion for your children means that you would have a deep awareness of their suffering, difficulties, and have a desire to alleviate their pain, improve their situation. You think about Jesus seeing the multitudes, and he had compassion upon them. He wanted to restore them, alleviate them, redeem them back to the Father. So it is with our kids. To have empathy and understanding, to be present and available, to not be indifferent to their needs, and support growth and development, especially spiritual growth and development. But we live in a world where compassion for children in the right way is seemingly rare. Yeah, whether this is what we see in the world of fatherlessness, where kids are abandoned by their fathers, is rampant. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, living arrangements of children 2020, about 19.5 million children under 18 years old lived in a father-absent home in 2020. This includes children who live with their mothers only, or other relatives in foster care, right, where their father is not present in the household. How many dads are, so that's a shame. That's a travesty when dad's not there. How many dads are physically there, but mentally or emotionally, they're just checked out for their kids? Even in churches. Where dads are too focused on career that they're oblivious to the needs of their children. Where some have this idea that kids should be seen and not heard. Until they're 18, I guess, and they go off and do. I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. But but fathers should have compassion on their children. See, God the Father is compassionate towards his children, and certainly fathers should be compassionate to their children as well. Look at Matthew 7, verse 11. Jesus says, "If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him?" Once again, God the Father is compared to a human father here, and who here is called evil, right? A sinner. The point is that God is generous. He would delight in giving good things to his children that ask him. He's generous. But it isn't just that God the Father is generous, it's that fathers are to be generous as well. In fact, that's the comparison. That we would delight, especially in giving our children blessings. There should be a delight that fathers have in delighting their children. And this isn't just about material things. In fact, I would argue that's probably the lowest of the needs, of the things. What about, probably the thing that is the most valuable for all of us? Time. Time. Think about shared activities. See, shared activities though, but the thing about being generous is you're not generous if you give someone what you want to give them, but they don't need or want. Okay? So here's what that looks like. Hey son, I'm going to be generous with my time, and we're going to go do what I want to do. That's actually not being generous with your time. You know what it looks like? Hey son, we're going to go do what you want to do. That's being generous with your time. I'm not saying there's not a place for the other, but that is truly being generous. I heard actually somebody on a podcast recently that I love it. He's a Army Green Beret tough dude, UFC fighter as well. I mean, could you get more of a caricature of like tough guy? And he's like, yeah, I just got tap dance shoes because my daughter's doing tap and she wants me to do it with her. That's being generous. I mean, right? You're like, that doesn't. No, that's being generous because it's what she wants. It's what she wants. One-on-one time where your kids are seen as special. Being available to give counsel when they need it in a way that develops them, not just tries to solve the problems. Right, dads? Because, like, hey, we could short circuit this thing and I could just like solve this problem for you in like 2 minutes. Let's do that. But actually helping them in a way that they grow to where, much like we talked about in the last hour, they would be equipped to solve those things on their own. Generous. Now, generosity builds off of compassion, right? In order to be generous with them, you need to know them and what they need, and then be willing to pay the cost of it. It's almost like God, the Father, knows us like every hair on our head, that He's generous with us, that He desires to spend time with us. And then Luke 6:36, see this, be ye therefore merciful, Jesus says, as your Father also is merciful. See, God, we know, is merciful, but we're called to be merciful, and therefore the fathers certainly should have the characteristic of mercy. We see God's mercy in Ephesians chapter 2, verse 4 through 5. But God, who is rich in mercy, for His great love wherewith He loved us, even when we were dead in sins, hath quickened us together with Christ. By grace are ye saved. See, because Jesus died for your sins, not because you dedicated yourself to God, not because you turned over a new leaf, not because you tried to make it right with God. No, He died for your sins while you were yet in sin. Because He was rich in mercy. And mercy, we could define it simply as not getting what we deserve. See, when we place our faith in Jesus Christ, who died for our sins, we don't get what we deserve. What we deserve is hell. What we deserve is judgment for our sins against God. But we don't get that because we have Christ's righteousness imputed unto us. Because He is rich in mercy. Sometimes there is a view that dads need to be, consistent. So much that there's never any room for mercy. See, but when there's repentance, there's room for mercy. After all, it displays the character of God. This doesn't mean that children will be able to escape all the effects of sin that they commit, but it does mean that when they do sin and they come to true repentance, we don't have to dispense judgment, but rather we can give mercy and forgive. That's what God does for us. This is to fathers today, but some people need to remember that they can give their father mercy as well. Forgiveness. The biblical call to be merciful was actually to all, because our Father has shown us so much mercy. And for many people, sometimes rightfully so, just due to circumstances in their life, they were hurt by their dads. And they need to dispense what they've been given, which is mercy and forgiveness. Because not every dad pictures God the Father. We're all called to do it. If you're someone who thinks everything needs to be paid for, you may need to show a little mercy in your life. Then Hebrews chapter 12, verse 7 through 11 gives us our fourth characteristic. If ye endure chastening, God dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? For they verily for a few days chastened us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. Now, no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. See, God is merciful. God is compassionate. But God also disciplines. God disciplines out of love. But God disciplines. In today's society, it seems that if you have the compassion and empathy down, maybe the mercy as well, then you probably don't have this one. Or alternatively, you may have the chastening down, but you do it not out of love and true compassion for your child like God does. If you truly love and if you truly have compassion, there will be some chastisement that will need to be dealt with as a father. As a father, the buck stops with you. And mercy is not the remedy for every situation. After all, the Bible tells us, 2 Corinthians 7:10, for godly sorrow worketh repentance to salvation, not to be repented of, but the sorrow of the world worketh death. Godly sorrow works repentance. See, the goal of true discipline is a correct alignment with God. And as fathers, that is one of the things we must be about. Today, there's little reverence of our fathers, which corrected us, as the text says, that there was early in that time. But it's still necessary, for this is how God deals with his children. And he does so perfectly. Disciplining or correcting your child can take so many different forms, and none of them are what we desire to do. None of them are what we desire to do. The issue usually isn't that you don't know what to do, but that you just don't want to do it. You don't want to put in the effort to discipline your child because it's hard. It's hard. But as fathers, we are called to do that which is hard. To discipline in love. To be merciful. To be generous, especially with ourselves. And to be compassionate. Because that is who our Heavenly Father is. And we have not only received him as an example, but if you're saved today, you have the Holy Spirit to enable, empower you to live after the Spirit, to live like your Father. Again, maybe you didn't have a great example of a dad. Now, I don't know my dad, but that's okay. Look to your Heavenly Father, for he is the only perfect example. We have more than enough of an example of him and what he has revealed of himself in Scripture to know what being a good father looks like. I remember, I don't know, a month ago, a couple weeks ago, my brother Johnny called me and talking about a message, and he's like, so what are examples of good parents in the Bible? We kind of start racking our minds, and they're like, the sad thing is, the only ones that I came up with were women. Moms. There's examples of good moms. There's actually a fair number of negative examples of bad dads. in Scripture. But then as I was thinking, but we have the best example of a father, the perfect example of a father all throughout Scripture, which is the Heavenly Father, God the Father, the one who sent His Son so that His creation could be redeemed and reconciled back to Him. The one who cares so deeply and gives so much and is so rich in mercy. Do we have more than enough of an example to follow? Maybe you've messed up as a dad. I'm not going to ask for hands raised, right? That's okay. Continue to strive for the characteristics of the Heavenly Father and seek His forgiveness and your kids' forgiveness when you fail. Because God is gracious. Maybe you aren't a father and you never will be. Ladies, this one's for you. Okay? Here's a little secret. All His children are called to be compassionate. All His children are called to be generous. All His children are called to be merciful, to judge appropriately in love. It's just going to fit a slightly different context. But the only way you'll be able to do that is if you are His child and you have His Spirit. Because the great Heavenly Father loved all of His creation so much, again, that He sent His Son. That is compassion. He sent Jesus to die for your sins, for my sins, so that you and I would be able to place our faith in a risen Savior, one who conquered death and hell, who has ascended to the right hand of the throne of God and lives evermore to make intercession for the saints. Now, when you place your faith in Jesus, the third person of the Trinity, the Holy Spirit, seals you and lives within you forever, such that through Him you can have true communion, a true relationship with the Father, which is what He desires, and the ability to live out His characteristics in the way that He has called us to, which is the fruit of the Spirit. Love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, meekness, right? All of those things that we could do. Like what's a good dad? What does a good dad look like? A dad who is saved, understands he's a sinner, has placed his faith in Jesus Christ, communes with God regularly, and walks in submission to the Spirit, such that God's Spirit works through him. Perfectly? That's not going to happen. But one who uses 1 John 1:9, that if we confess our sins, He is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness, and then gets back to it and follows God. Honestly, what does it look like to be a good mom? Same thing. Honestly, what does it look like to be a good Christian? Same thing. What does it look like to be a good person? The same thing. We need our sins forgiven. We need empowerment to be able to live out the true righteous ethic that God has. And there's nobody that would truthfully say, yeah, I don't want goodness, gentleness, love, joy, peace. I don't want those things in my life. Everybody wants those things in their life. Well, how do you do that? Through Jesus Christ and living on His Spirit. Being a godly father doesn't mean that everything will turn out perfectly. Doesn't mean that your kids are going to be, the bastions of godliness and the poster children for Jesus. But it does mean that you will have done everything that you could have done at the end of the day. And that is what God is looking for from us. In the growth class hour, we're going through choice, free will, choosing. Your kids have the same ability to choose God or not that you do. And so there is no way to deterministically determine their outcome of living for God. But what you need to be able to do as a dad is to say, I've lived for God in such a way that I've done what I could. And continue to encourage them, continue to be compassionate, continue to be merciful, continue to be generous with them, and continue to discipline in love, such that they would come to a point where they consistently, on their own, commune with God, love God, and live for Him. Because that's the goal. So we need to make sure that we let Him work through us such that we steward our children for Him. So dads, especially for you, but for everybody else, there's one question today. Are you reflecting your Heavenly Father? Are you reflecting your Heavenly Father? Not, I think I am, I hope I am. Does it actually show up in your life? Would your kids say that, oh yeah, I think you're reflecting God? That's a high bar, isn't it? It's a scary one. And I'm not saying kids have perfect judgment. But at the end of the day, they're going to know. They're going to see it. And it's determined by you. With that, we'll have heads bowed, eyes closed. We'll give you an opportunity to respond. Not a message about doing better. This is not a message about just, trying harder. This is a message of reflecting the Heavenly Father through the Spirit of God that we have through faith in Jesus Christ. That's the only way it'll be done. Have you been saved such that you have the Spirit of God? You have forgiveness of your sins. If you have been saved, are you submitting to the Spirit? Are you doing so in a way concentrated on showing your kids who God is? It's a piano plays. It's a tall order, isn't it? It's a tall order whether you're a dad or just trying to follow God. But here's the cool thing. With God, all things are possible. With God, living for Him the way He wants us to is possible. We're thankful for that. Let's go ahead and pray and then we'll be dismissed. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank You so much for Your word. I thank You for the Spirit that You give through Your Son. And I pray that You would help us to live unto You, that we would, especially dads, Lord, that we would live such a way that we would reflect You, that our kids would know You because of that they would see You in us, that we would be compassionate and generous and merciful and really discipline and love, Lord, and all the other characteristics that you display. Lord, help us to live for you. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Thank you. You are dismissed.